Welcome to the Run Your Own Race podcast with Devin Cannady. I'm your host, Devin Cannady, and today we have a special episode that features three of the greatest players to ever come out of South Bend. My brother Demetrius Jackson, the 45th pick to the Boston Celtics in the 2016 NBA draft. Jaden Ivey, the 5th pick in this year's draft to the Detroit Pistons, and Blake Wesley, the 25th pick in this year's draft to the San Antonio Spurs. Thank you guys for joining. Let's get to it. It's so special, man. It's kind of surreal looking at this group right here, man, seeing everybody from when we were young in high school. Blake, Jaden, since y'all were little kids, man, it's so dope, man, for real. Thank you, guys. Yo, let's start by talking about Blake. What you wearing, bro?
I'm in comfy vibes right now, bro. Just a little something different.
When you get that new bag, that's how you start dressing. When you get that new bag.
I don't know what that.
No, bro, I'm broke.
Hey, let's start for real though. Jaden, man, 5th pick to the Pistons lottery, top 5. I think a lot of people have seen, obviously, the relationship with you and your mom, that special bond you guys have. But just, I need to know a little bit more. I think, you know, your fan base, just as a group, like growing up in 574, staying in the Midwest in Detroit, and obviously your family's legacy there. Talk about that a little bit. And I think, you know, just understanding just like your history a little bit better will help me know you as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, basically I kind of know the whole story, just, you know, growing up, being around, you know, Notre Dame campus my whole life. Just my mom, you know, being a coach there for, almost going on 15 years now. It's just, you know, it's just an inspiration. I feel like to a lot of kids, just, I had to get it out the mud, basically. You know, as a young kid, just always staying in the gym. That was kind of my mindset, you know, at a young age. And, you know, just my story, just my upbringing. I feel like it's just an inspiration to a lot of kids that, you know, you can do something special with, you know, with just the work ethic that you have and, you know, the connections that I've been able to have because of my mother. Is really special. And it's really gotten me to this point today. So I just, like I said, you know, when I'm on the basketball court, it's not just me, you know, it's my mom. You know, I'm a representation of her. You know, she's, you know, helped me, you know, get to this stage. So it's really just, you know, my work ethic and, you know, my mother for real to just get to this point.
For sure.
I got a question for Jay. With your mom having so much experience as a hooper, what's the one piece of advice on court advice that she given you that stuck with you for a long time, that's helped you helped you a lot?
I think the biggest thing that I saw from a young age was just, you know, she set the bar, just like she wanted to get better each and every day. And she would just take time out of her day to, you know, whatever it was to just get better, whether I was watch film, she would get extra reps in with, you know, the players to make them better. But just most importantly, make her better as a coach. And I seen that. And, you know, I saw, you know, from repetition, like every player was trying to get better and stay in the gym. And I learned that I picked that piece up from a young age. And, you know, it just helped me, and it just helped me lock in. I feel like that's the biggest thing. Like that's all I did was just go to the gym. Like after school was just like I got to get certain shots up, you know, each and every day. And if I didn't have nothing to do, if I was just my free time, just go back to Notre Dame. That was my goal, and you know, it just helped me get better. And you know, I just learned that. I picked that up from my mom.
That's tough.
Yeah, man. I can vividly remember, like, when I was a player at Notre Dame, I would go into the gym to shoot, like in the pit at nighttime. The pit is our gym. I would go to shoot, and Jaden would already be in there, like, shooting on a gun. He was like, how old was you then? He's probably like 12, 13, like a little bit before high school. But he was, you know what I'm saying, young and shooting on the court, getting his reps in. So I knew he was going to be special when I saw him doing that.
I remember Jaden, Coach Solomon's son. Like, these dudes were like grade, probably less, like first grade, bro. Like little ass kids. I'm out here blocking his shot. Like I remember being out on the court with him. I don't even know if you remember for real. You like, I think what you go to like South Bend, like what school was that you went to? It was a private
Holy
campus.
Cross?
It was Holy Cross, I think it was.
Yeah.
It was Holy. I went to a public school, like, what was it, like 5th grade, and then I went to Holy Cross like my 6th grade year.
No, because I remember once you got there, everybody around was like, "Yo, this kid is good. Like, this kid is gonna be."
Yeah.
But I remember you when you were younger, and so it's kind of crazy that you were in 6th grade. I heard about you. I'm probably freshman, sophomore year. D's about to be All-American.
Yeah.
Donald's like, I'm about to get recruited. One person I didn't hear of is Blake Wesley until recently.
Yeah.
It was when I was working out with Said, like it was like, yo, all y'all talking about Jaden? Like Blake B. West is over here in South Bend on a mission. And I was like, I'm
gonna piggyback off what you said. So me and Blake, we played APA together. It was an AU program out of South Bend, and I played APA. I don't know, like maybe 4 years before I went, like big and trying to get into like the Nike Pro or AU programs. And I played AAU for this APA team for a year one time, and then the next year Blake came, and I was like, this man had dreads. I didn't know who he was. Just this kid just walked into the practice program at Adams. And I'm like, who is this kid? Like, I was like basically like the main guy on the team. And
what grade was this?
This was like I'd say around like 4th grade.
I was in 4th grade. They was in 5th grade.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Blake was playing up, and I was like, who is this kid? Wore 22. Had dreads, and he just came in and just brought a certain fire. I ain't seen nobody have it in a minute. I was like, whoa, this kid can go. And shoot, I just knew from then like he was gonna be special. Like he just had some type of this vibe about him. Like he just came in like, I'm finna kill everybody. Like he didn't really talk, he didn't really do too much. Like he just came in and was just like, shoot, I'm from 5'7", like I'm about to get it on, and shoot.
Okay.
Like Blake, we won a lot of games with you, bro. Like, so I'm just like, it's just crazy, just how you just came in and just brought that vibe about you. Like, you're a big time star for real. So
appreciate it, dog.
Talk about that more, B. Like, it's like your upbringing, because like to be honest, like I was put on to you by Said. I remember I come to Washington, and it's like, yo, this next up, like. It's almost like it was like factions. It was like people were like, yo, Jaden's the best in the area. Man, no, he ain't going to be better than D. Ain't nobody talking about Devin Cannady. They're like, Devin's really not that nice. But B. West is going to be better than Jaden. Like, there's people in South Bend that have these groups. Like, and then there's some people like, oh, man, Devin's doing his thing. So, like, talk about just like, he talked about you were a dog in 4th grade. Like, where'd that come from? How'd you maintain that? And then to be the first player in Notre Dame's history to go one and done, like, that's special. And Demetrius, you talked about it earlier, like there was a podcast you were on, you said, I'm gonna be one and done. Right. So where's that mentality come from? Where's that come from?
I don't know, man. Just put my work in. I mean, I always been an underdog growing up. Didn't get to play USA, didn't get to play UIBL, nothing like that. So I mean, it was just all work. And then me and Jaden competed all the time with Said and Brandon McKnight. I remember one time we was at the barn and we was playing full court. I was young. I was like a year younger than Jaden, and we was playing full court. Jaden was pulling up from half court. He was busting my ass, and then Said was like, "Y'all playing too buddy," because we was playing too buddy ball. We was like letting each other score and stuff like that. So then like we started to like go at it. Like we started almost got into a fight, but I mean that's us competing. Like nothing major, just brothers.
Yeah.
I feel like that was our whole like childhood. Like.
Yeah,
like we knew like we was nice, and like just our whole childhood we was just like trying to make each other better. Most importantly, I feel like we just kind of like had that competitive edge, where everybody else was like, I just feel like we were a level head. And I mean, when we started working out together, just playing pickup, and those ones were intense, bro. I remember just like. Like you said, we would get in fights, bro. Like, we would get into hella fights. I can remember, man.
Man,
I was about to say, I just feel like if you don't, sometimes go to that extent, like, are y'all really brothers? Like, I can't even count how many times me and DK went at it in practice, and we was fighting, and we was trying to dunk on each other. We was trying to cross each other. He hitting threes.
Yeah.
And, we got different types of game, you know what I'm saying? So it was like crazy, but all those times you go at it, that make you better. Like in my experience, when I first met B West, when he was, at the point where he was blossoming into the player he is now, we played, and right after we played, he's like, let's play ones. He's like, let's play one-on-one. In my experience with Jay, there's been times where me and Jay have competed in drills. He's trying to, he's trying to beat me. There's times where we play one-on-one. It's gotten emotional. So I feel like, part of that brotherhood is really challenging, that person beside you, because ultimately you want to give them your best, and you want to bring the best out of them. And anything less, is it love? Is it real brotherhood? I would say not. So,
yeah. I feel like we all have stories with D. I mean, I feel like Jay, I remember there was 2 summers ago, maybe it was that COVID summer. I mean, I feel like you two were in the gym daily, and I'm seeing Jay like really, really growing physically. Like he's really doing them windmills between the legs. But like D, like even with me, the things you were learning in Boston and bringing back home in the summers, I was like picking your brain. You brought a trainer from like Germany or a foreign trainer that's all these 1-foot floater over the back, like, you know what I'm saying? And we all got the trickle down effect from what your knowledge and expertise was in the league. And I can guarantee you, I'm speaking from experience, I looked at you as, okay, like he did it. We came from the same school. There's no reason why I can't. Like there be days where I'm busting your ass in ones, and there be days you're dunking on me, like talking that, and I'm like, all right, bro, like, and then we wouldn't talk for 2 weeks, right? Because it means that much. Like, now I'm gonna go get better and bust his ass next time, right?
Yeah.
So like that's so real, bro. And like you said, that's what brothers do. So talk a little bit like, as that OG, as the trailblazer who went on and did this before it was common. We're sitting here with 4 NBA players from South Bend, from Mishawaka.
Yeah. I mean, firstly, I want to give a shout out to some people that helped me, right? Like there was the Rod Creatures who helped me. And even now, like later on in my playing days, there was times where I would call Sed when I was overseas, and I'd ask him, how did you deal with this when you was playing overseas? How would you go about this? And he was giving me really valuable advice. So I want to give a special shout out to the people that came before us and came before me in South Bend, Sed, McKnight. There was a lot of individuals, and then obviously all the individuals at Notre Dame that came before me that trailblazed the way. But for me personally, my mission was to just try to help y'all get started with what I was just learning, right? So there were certain things that I was just learning in my NBA and professional experience that I was trying to help y'all learn while y'all was in high school or middle school or college and going through it, right? So I didn't want to try to like change y'all's game or nothing like that. I just wanted to try to share the blessings that I had, that I was going through, that I was experiencing. And that's just who I am as an individual. So like, I'm going to talk about Jay first, because there was one time that it was like, he's going to the league, because I used to get on Jay a lot, because Jay, I was like Jay, it was really like a big brother mentality, right? And, I was like further along in my career, I had a lot more knowledge. And so I was like a little bit harder on Jay than I was with you, per se, Devin. And, Jay would come and say, we got to work out at 4. We was working out every day at 4, right? Say Jay would come at like 3:55. And I'm looking at I'm like, bro, it ain't enough time to get loose, get stretched, get ready.
Ready to go. I'm
like, bro, you got to be here to stretch. Then, he show up next time, he show up at I don't know, 3:40. And I'm like, that's still not enough, you know what I'm saying? And then the next time when I showed up, he was running 2 miles on the track. And I was like, all right,
That's Jay. That's what happened.
That's what happened, bro.
I remember this moment, bro. Like I said, you had told me that, and we had, gone over that, multiple times. And like, I just was like, I just picked it up. Like, I got to be there before we start getting on the court. Like, it just got to be like that. You got to think, you got to have that mindset. And it was during COVID. We didn't have no access to anything besides Marian. Notre Dame was closed. I mean, we could barely get in there. And I think this was going into my freshman year in college. And we wouldn't have access to Marian all the time. But when we did, just really utilized anything I could. Like, I was running 2 miles before we played, like, just to get my mind right, just to get my conditioning right, like everything. And then I would have time to stretch. I would go, it would be an hour before, and I would have time to stretch and do everything. And that's all thanks to you, bro, because like I said, you really have been a big help. I couldn't do this without you, without my mom, without, my pops and everybody that's really just helped me get to this point. Like, I mean, you really took me in, and like, you didn't have to pass all the knowledge that you passed to me, bro. And like, you passed all that knowledge, and now look where I'm at, bro. Like, like that's special and that's deep. Like, that's real. That's from the heart, bro.
Yeah, when I seen that was like next level locked in, right? Like, at the time, like, the way he took that and ran with it, like, bro, you got to be here way before that. Like, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, that's not enough. And I didn't tell him to come run 2 miles. I ain't come to tell him to run now. I just said come early enough that you can be prepared to work at 4 o'clock. So he found out what was best for him. He said these 2 miles is what's best for me. So he took it and ran with it. And when I seen that, I was like really happy. And I knew, like, that was when he started transitioning into a young man, you know what I'm saying? Taking that ownership. Like, this is my life. I gotta do with it what I want. So that's success, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't grab it. So
now I
was gonna say too, like, from my experience with Said, I can tell that, like, it's been very similar. Like, the work I've seen, there was one time Blake was at Notre Dame and we had just finished playing. The Said had just finished working out the group, then we played some pickup. He went straight from that to working out B West at Notre Dame, maybe a night before the game, 2 nights before the game, or a road trip or something like that. And to see the work that Blake was putting in while he was at Notre Dame, and I assume for a very long time, that was NBA level skill work that Said was passing on to him. Says, his brand is the blueprint. So that's what it's all about. He was trying to give him the blueprint. And obviously he could speak on that better than me. Yeah. But from what I saw, from my perspective, I just wanted to come. I tried to help rebound. And Blake was like working with intention, with purpose. Like, each rep was like a game rep. And when it wasn't said, was able to call him out, and he was able to take that, absorb it, and like get better. And then, I was trying to add my 2 cents here and there wherever it was needed. But to see that work, I could see why Blake was the player he was and why he was going to be what he was. There's no coincidence. You know what I'm saying? The work, like you said, the work went into it.
No, B, talk about that. I mean, like I said, and I feel like a lot of people are looking at you, 25th pick to the Spurs. Like I said, first person in Notre Dame history to go one and done. I mean, that had to be the mindset going in. So, like, talk about Trailblazers, talk about Said, his impact, your dad. I mean, because me getting to see it first person, and not just the people in your circle, but like, you wanted it and you went and grabbed it. And so I'm excited to see what you got going on for the future. I'm sure, that same work, that same dedication, intention is there. So, like, talk about that upbringing and that influence in your life, and just like what that first year at Notre Dame was like with the goals of getting to the league.
Yes, sir. So I'm just going into Notre Dame, I think about 2 years. Just like same as Ivy. I mean, I was talking about my dad, 2 years and we're out. But then I say about the middle of the season, that's when I started to shoot up. That's when the scouts started coming to the games. Like, they started talking to my dad, stuff like that. And then I started seeing the mock draft, stuff like that a little bit. And then I had my other agent telling me that I was first round pick. So I'm like, okay, like, I wasn't really focused at first on that. But then, like, towards the end of the season, I was like, okay, like, it's time for me to go. It's time for me to get paid. It's time for me to do what I do what I love to do. That's play basketball. At Notre Dame, I didn't really do a lot of schoolwork. I mean, it's a hard school. It's not for everybody. So, I mean, I was getting help left and right. But then towards the end of the season, I mean, I knew I was leaving, so I just stopped doing homework. But
I feel you on that, brother. Shit.
Yeah. I stopped going to class, stopped going to school, because I knew I was ready to get out of there. I knew, like, the schoolwork wasn't for me. Demetrius, I mean,
Yeah,
I
shit. I know. Jaden know
don't.
too. Look, Jaden
Hey,
know too.
Devin, everybody's not like you, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Devin eyes know too, low key. But he had to. You went back and put that work in. That work in.
He did. That's Devin. That's why you're different, bro. My goal,
Yeah, I couldn't.
shoot. We had different goals, I guess.
No,
Hey, B West, I got a question for you. So, like, B West, a lot of times people say, like, when people hear your goals, they laugh, right? They think it's crazy, right? Because they're so big, they're so lofty. Like, people say your goals should scare people. You know, I seen an interview before you went to Notre Dame. You was getting an interview. You said, "I'm gonna be one and done." You said something that people don't say. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't say that.
It's never been done.
That's something people keep tight to the chest. You said that with confidence and you meant it. You really manifested that. So with that being said, what's something that you can say right now to us as your brothers to manifest that for your future? Like you said, you want to be one and done. What's your NBA goal right now that you want to speak into existence?
First, my NBA goal is really, getting a rotation. That's the first goal. And just be the best point guard I can be, learning from Pop. And then one of my goals was making the All-Star, not the All-Star, the rookie, the rookie challenge. So, that's one of my goals.
That's good. Yeah. Last time I heard you said, I'm going to be one and done. He said, oh, yeah? You said, yeah, I'm going to be one and done. So I need to hear you say, I'm going to be rookie. I'm going to be on the rookie team. Yeah. I'm going to be, you know what I'm saying? Let's
just manifest. Let's all just manifest right now.
I need to hear that, bro. I need to hear that energy.
What?
I need to hear you say that energy, bro. That energy you had.
Let me start.
Yeah, go ahead, DK.
Okay. I'm going to win the 2024 NBA three-point contest, period.
I like that.
Run it. Roll the tape.
I'm going to win. Hey, I'm going to win a Rookie of the Year, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
If you want me to keep going, we can keep going.
Keep it going.
US. What's yours, D?
No, Jay got support.
I'm gonna be Rookie of the Year. I'm gonna be Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. Okay.
We can't have two rookies this year.
Hey, they finna have his ass picking up. They finna have his ass picking up full court.
I'm gonna be a first team defense
this year.
Well, Marcus Smart.
You finna be you picking up 94?
Oh, I'll pick up 94. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But the NBA is different though. You can't pick up 94 every time. It's got to be sometime because the length of the court long as hell.
Yo, I gotta be tired, boy. You better cardio gotta be tight.
Yeah, for real.
Man. Is it my turn?
Yeah, of course.
My turn. My goal going forward. My goal going forward is I'm gonna get back into the game. I'm gonna try my hand back into the game. I'm gonna start with the G League, try to see what I can do from there, have fun with the game, try to be happy, healthy, and see what I can do going forward. My goal is to be on a G League team and get a 10-day contract with an NBA club.
Roll the tape.
That's my goal for this year.
That's fine.
I believe that without a doubt.
That's my goal for this year.
All four of us in the league. All four of us back in
all four. And I'm gonna be honest, like, a lot of that came from the inspiration y'all gave me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was times where I'm like, damn, is this what I want to do going forward? Do I want to get in coaching? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? Do I want to start a new career? And a lot of the inspiration I got from seeing y'all chase y'all dreams, I said, let me chase mine too. So I appreciate y'all on that.
D, I got a question for you, D.
Yep.
So this, I feel like you're obviously not in the league right now, right? And for someone who's going through a struggle, or like someone who's not like that, what they love to do is not working out for them.
Right.
I guess just talk about how like you've been like going through the process, like not being in the league, and like what have you been doing to stay on your grind, bro?
Right. So firstly, I would say like the first thing I want to say about that is that you can't let your struggle, like Nipsey said, never let a hard time humble us, right? So you can't let that struggle put a value on who you are as a person and who you are as a hooper. as we know, as me and DK know in this business, sometimes being in the right place at the right time, being healthy, being available is like one of the best things you can do. So sometimes, yeah, it is about how high you can jump or your talent, how your jump shot's looking. And sometimes it's just about when you do get that opportunity, when it comes, if it ever comes, maximizing in that. So that's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say is it's tough because my whole life, my whole identity has just been basketball. Like when people see me, they say, oh, that's that hooper. That's the dude who went to Notre Dame. That's the dude who got drafted. That's the dude who played for the Celtics, this team, that team. And so that's the only thing people view me as. So when that was taken away from me, it was hard. You know, it was tough. It was hard. Like I had a lot of hard days, a lot of tears, right? Because I felt like I didn't know who I was anymore. And so during this past year was the most I ever learned about myself as a man, like even outside of basketball, which then I can go back and take to the game I love to play, right? So that's I guess that's what I would have to say about that. I would say that resources, right? Knowing what your resources are, knowing how to utilize those, because just having resources, like speaking from my experience, like I have resources at my disposal. Notre Dame's right around the corner. I still have like an NBA resource book from when I was a rookie. It's just like, it's almost like hard to utilize it or like knowing how to utilize it. So I would recommend like learning how to utilize your resources also as well as knowing what your resources are. Outside of that too, I would recommend like trying to find a way to have clarity. That's the biggest thing for me. It was like when I decided to step away from the game, you know, I had offers to go play in Russia, offers to go play in Germany, offers to go to a G League team. And I'm like, damn, I just want to be in the league. So for me, I just kind of lost sight of my goal. I lost some patience in my journey. And I was trying to rush my process. I was trying to rush my marathon, you know what I'm saying? But that's not how it works. You can't skip steps. You got to go through it. So for me, I'm thinking like, damn, I don't want to play in Russia. I want to play in the NBA. So now I don't want it. I don't want to play in the G League. I want to play in the NBA. So now I don't want it. And so, you know, those were steps that were necessary for me to get to where I wanted to. Like my agent at the time, he was literally telling me, shit, to be honest, we just need one good year and you're going to be in the EuroLeague. One good year from the EuroLeague, you're going to be in the NBA. So 2-year plan. For me, I was thinking, I want to be in the NBA right now. So I don't got time for a 2-year plan. And like, that's where that would be my piece of advice for y'all. Like everybody's journey is different. Sometimes, you know, you may be better than somebody, but they may be getting opportunities on other teams, right? And they may blossom and flourish in those roles. Whereas, you know, you would do the same thing if you had that opportunity, but never let anybody else's journey distract you from yours. The name of this podcast is Run Your Own Race. So just like, you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful message because everybody's journey is going to be different. Everybody's journey is going to be different. So everybody's journey is going to be different, man. You gotta commit. You got to be all in. You got to have, you know, faith to your journey. So I can't, like, if I got to go to Russia, if I got to go to Lithuania, if I got to go to the G League, if I want to get to the NBA, like I said, I have to embrace all the steps that come with it. And so running my own race, right? So that would be my advice for anybody listening, and to y'all too. Stay patient, keep putting the work in. And you asked me what I've been doing. So every day I'm on the court, every day I'm in the gym, trying to keep my cardio right, trying to keep my body right. What I've learned this past year, my body feels a lot better now that my mind is a little bit clearer too. You know what I'm saying? Jay, you always know I'm like, bro, let's get in the gym whenever you home. Same thing. Whenever y'all home, y'all know I'm always trying to get in the gym with y'all. So the game is tight. The game is still there. I watch y'all and learn from y'all when y'all was playing this past season. You know, I'm a basketball junkie, so I enjoy the game, love the game, and then just love teaching it and learning too.
It's crazy. People think you lost it, bro. Like,
people think I lost it, bro. People think I lost it. And like, for me, that's like, when I use that in a proper way, that's healthy motivation to like keep pushing myself, keep grinding. People don't see like my everyday routine. People don't see the sacrifices I make every day. Jay, you've seen some of it. all of you guys have
Seen it
seen
all,
some
bro.
of it to an extent. But it's hard every day. You know what I'm saying? It's like trying to be consistent without being in the NBA. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find the right people to work with, trying to find the right motivation to keep training like I'm an NBA player. You know what I'm saying? Those things can be tough, but it's worth it, especially when I get to see y'all flourish and help y'all too. So,
For sure.
Man, that's first off, thank you for sharing
That's
that.
deep.
No, real stuff. I mean, there's a lot to take from that. I think we can cut up that 4-minute monologue, and it describes what this podcast, what the brand that I'm creating is all about. And that's running your own race. Like I cannot emphasize this enough. There are 450 spots in the NBA. There are millions of kids out there playing basketball as we speak, hoping to be in the shoes that you've been in, that we're in now, and that you will get back to, right? And so, like, we were all there at one point. We were watching Derrick Rose. We were watching Kobe. We're watching MJ. We're watching these dudes come up. Jaden, you're about to go up against Steph. Blake, you're about to get switched on to LeBron, right? Like, people are playing 2K right now, making their own characters to live in a fantasy world what we're going through right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality of it. And you talk about resources, D. Like, look at the screen. You know what I'm saying? Like, D's taking, motivation, energy from seeing you, Blake, wear that same jersey he wore and wear it proud and get to the league and put the 574 on your back. Jay, your mom, your whole story. Like, you came up, you're there, right? Like, Blake, you were 1 and done. Jay, you were 2 and out. D, you were 3 and out. My ass, like you said, is a little different. To the Ivy League, you got a degree, you know what I'm saying? And
1, 2, 3, 4.
Facts. Hey, I got a funny question to segue. I got a funny question for us. We got 4 hoopers, 4 people with game. Who won in the ones?
Raise your hand.
Who won in the ones?
Raise your hand if you're winning the ones.
Everybody
Blake gonna raise it. Look at it. So everybody think they win one. So listen, D-Can, maybe it's a poll. Maybe you put a little poll on the Instagram, put a poll on the Twitter. Yeah. See what Twitter thinks. See what Instagram thinks. Who won in the ones? D-Can, Jay, Blake, or the OG? Who won in the ones?
That's respect. And then okay, and then the part 2, we parlay that after I whoop y'all ass in ones. It's gonna be, humbly. We're gonna do the OGs versus the new school. We got me and D versus Jay.
Hey, I know how to guard. I know all y'all gang. I know how to guard everybody on here.
No, you don't.
I done added something to the bag, bro.
You asked some shit, Blake.
Give me in a minute.
Blake, you asked some shit?
Definitely.
Listen, I ain't gonna get a scouting report online. I won't get a scouting report.
Hey,
no, I won't do it to y'all.
There's no scouting report for 2K.
That's love. No, man. I think D really summed up the run your own race mentality. Blake, I think your fans, San Antonio, bro, like someone just painted a mural of you on a wall. Like, talk about being from South Bend, staying at home in South Bend, and really probably for the first time in your life being somewhere else. How have you embraced that community? Have you seen that community embrace you? And I mean, like, we talked about goals and everything, but just talk about your experience so far. You said being a point guard, playing for Pop, like people don't get to experience those things, you know what I'm saying? So just talk through that a little bit as much as you can, and just like how you're excited about your growth and everything. Because obviously we love seeing it from afar.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love San Antonio. It's a lot of love here. It's the only professional team here, so it's a lot of love everywhere you go. I mean, I walk outside, everybody know you. They show you a lot of love, take pictures, stuff like that. To be playing with Pop, he's a good coach. So far, we had a lot of workshops, like workouts, stuff like that. He's been coaching me a lot because he want me to be the best. He want me to be, fill in from DeJounte, me and Trey Jones and Josh. So, yeah, I just been learning from him, learning from Trey, learning from Devin, Josh Richardson, all those guys. So, be playing with them is going to be good.
That's good. I know y'all got a young team too. So, like, just talk about that. I played against, the Austin Spurs last year, and Josh Primo's down there getting busy. So, like, you guys have an opportunity where there's opportunity to learn, to fail, to grow, to succeed. So, like, is that pressure? Is that just exciting? Like, talk through that.
No, it's exciting. Being a rookie, you're not going to know everything. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like to be around Trey Jones. I most like being around Trey Jones. I mean, he a point guard, and I'm gonna be playing under him a lot of times. So yeah, and Devin, I fuck with Devin Vassell.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we young. We got like 6 19-year-olds. Oldest dude on the team is like 30 years old. So
yeah,
I mean, we young team. I mean,
kind of like us.
We're gonna be special down the road, but I mean, we still got a lot of years to go to grow. So we're gonna be good.
That's good, man.
B, what's the one? 2 questions for you. First question: what's the one thing in this time span between training camp, preseason, before the season start? What's the one thing you feel like you want to get better on? And my second question is, who's the one player you looking forward to matching up with when you get started in the regular season?
First thing I'm looking to get better at is really being consistent. I mean, you got to stay consistent to be in this league. It's hard. I mean, you're playing against the best every day. You're practicing against the best every day. So, I mean, it's kind of hard trying to be consistent sometimes. But, I mean, if you put in the work and you got your mind right, I mean, you'll be straight.
Yeah.
And what was the second one?
Which player are you looking forward to playing against once the regular season? Like, you got somebody you like just want to match up with or just play against them when the season starts? One player,
probably Curry.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see how I'm a guard him. I'll be seeing how other people guard him. I just want to see how I'm a guard him.
That's a good one. I would say, B West, I would give you this piece of advice going forward. This obviously is for all of us, but basically going off what B West said, I know a quote. I learned a quote. Someone shared it with me. Greatness is hidden in the details. Greatness is hidden in the details. So all that meant to me was like my habits, my preparation. It's easy to stay consistent when you just do the right stuff every day, right? Like taking care of your body, eating, stretching, finding a good routine, find you a nice pregame routine. And before you know it, the best of you just don't come out because you just been preparing that way. Like that's the only way you operate is like the best of yourself, right? So the best version of yourself is always on display. So
I would say
greatness is hidden in the details, small details.
With D, like, I mean, these dudes, first round picks, you know what I'm saying? And you've seen guys that were first round picks that got called down to the G. And God willing, I doubt either of you will be in the G, but in the case that, you know what I'm saying, things aren't going someone's way. You know, in my case, I've been through the G. Like you talk about the details. And right now, everything's good. The season hasn't started. Training camp hasn't hit. You talk about workshops. Everything is smooth right now. Everything, you know, you're working on your game. Your body's feeling good. There's gonna be a time where you're on a road trip. Jay, maybe you're not shooting great. Blake, you turn the ball over, getting blown by. Like, you know what I'm saying? These things happen, bro. It's an 82-game season. Like for me, I've been up and down. I've been through the G League champion, finals MVP, got injured, grinded back, signed a 10-day. I'm not guaranteed. Like the next step isn't guaranteed for me. It's going to be up. It's going to be down. D, talking about your journey as well. But like, how do you stay consistent in those details? Like explain mentally what you got to do when things aren't going your way.
I would say, remember too, like it's a mindset thing, right? So everything is what you make of it. A lot of people look at the G like a demotion. It's not. Like, for example, Jay's had a lot of injuries, you know what I'm saying? You've had a lot of minor injuries where they may want to send you to the G League to practice. They may want to send you to the G League to like play in a game, say after, I don't know, something minor. They just want to get you back into playing shape. So then when you step on the NBA floor, you got the best version of yourself. So don't look at that. Like if y'all do spend any time in the G, look at it like a business trip. You're going down there, you're handling business, and you're coming right back. Note, like the G League is not a demotion. The G League is out. It's a tool. It's an opportunity. It's a tool. I know a lot of times in my career, like my first couple of years, I was on a regular contract or a two-way contract. And every time I go to the G League, I'm thinking like, damn, they don't fuck with me or they want me. But really, once I changed my mindset and started thinking like, this is an opportunity for me to like literally get reps. Like there may be a time where like, say y'all not getting a lot of in-game reps and they want y'all to be the starting point guard and play for 40 minutes, 30 minutes. Whereas you wouldn't do that on the NBA court for myself per se. So take that opportunity, run with it. If anything else, think of it as an opportunity to literally work on your game, to get better and to compete, you know, with obviously NBA level, G League level players. So that was one thing I would say is your mindset. Never take a positive mindset into anything because never take a negative mindset into anything you do because that negative mindset will kind of follow you. In terms of the small details and the habit and the routine, find a trainer on the training staff, find like either the head strength coach or an assistant strength coach, and find y'all 3 people that y'all really rock with in the organization. Work with those people. They're going to look out for you, right? So what I did was I found me a strength coach. So anytime I needed something, anytime my body wasn't feeling right, anytime I needed some extra work, I could go talk to him. We had a bond. We had trust. We had communication between us, right? Same thing with the trainer. Knee hurting, whatever. I could go to whoever. Like I could go to them and get the work. I can go to them and get a routine. So find y'all some people that y'all can trust. Y'all can build a bond with. Y'all can, grow. And even outside of the game, somebody just talk to too. Find y'all one of them and get right.
Big back, Jay, and I'm swinging this over to you, my boy. Everything he's talking about in the office is the same thing out of office. And I know my career, this was going into the bubble. And it's when I was dating Katie Lou, right? And we're doing long distance. She's in Spain doing her thing. I'm in the bubble doing mine. When you talk about having someone you can go to, you trust, who's going to be there for you, to listen, to build you up when things aren't going great. Jay, let's talk about who that person is in our life. And we got to really get into it. We have to get into it because I found mine. I have a fiance. We got engaged. It's my second game back from my injury. And you talk about through tough times, through good times, having somebody. Like, I need to hear this from you. I need to hear what's good. I think the people want to know, man. We see IG posts with comments limited, bro. We can't even say congrats, my boy. Like, talk to me about what that's like. Because as a rookie, top 5 pick, I'm going to say historically, people are like, man, I'm that man now. I'm city to city. I can be this, that, and the third. I saw a Kobe video where he talked about when you find you a woman and you find someone you can settle down with. He said, that's what I think that's player. I think that's cool. So like for you, I mean, just talk through that, bro. Because first off, I'm happy for you. We were talking about it during
congrats, bro.
Orlando, bro. But like, give shout out where let's do.
Yeah, so shout out to my fiance, man. She's sitting right here. Caitlin, I met her in college, and she just had a certain vibe about her, just chill. I feel like that's really what I needed off the court, just my color, my piece, because she really is my piece. And I feel like you got to, like you say, you got to really have a balance, because, I mean, it's hard in NBA, 82 games, and just everything that comes with the NBA. It's going to be struggles, and you got to find that person that you really click with. And I'm thankful that I found it, and I'm thankful that I'm happy, and really just being happy and, being settled down and, just, being able to, come home and, just spend, time with your family. And, my fiance is really just a blessing. And, I'm, really excited, for these next steps and, this next journey that I'm about to go on. And, I'm just really thankful. And, every day I'm just really thankful and blessed for real.
That's love, bro. No, like real stuff. No, because
I'm at the wedding doing the stanky leg.
Blake gonna be at the wedding wearing that hoodie.
Blake gonna have a suit on with the teddy bear ears.
No cap.
No,
all right, I got. Go ahead, DK.
No, I think it's special. I think it's something that shouldn't be overlooked because we talk about balance, how you stay, mentally, strong during tough times. Indeed, you talked about like your identity being in basketball. When you have, whether it's a person or a hobby or, if your family, you talk about, outside of the game, this thing takes a lot out of you, right? You invested so much, like your whole life, just to, like I said, potentially be one of 450. And it's not a failure if you're not. I mean, I remember sitting down when I tweeted hashtag run your own race for the first time was when I went undrafted, right? So you guys on draft night were blessed enough to hear your names called. I went through 60 picks. Yo, D, Jay, like you guys were there to celebrate with me. Like I wish I would have invited you. It have made this so much more special. You know what I'm saying? But you guys were there to support, and I went undrafted. And like that was a time where I could have either, folded and been like, damn, like nobody wants me. Am I good enough? And question myself. But I really doubled down and just been like, this is my journey. So outside of basketball, having that healthy balance, Blake, being one and done, yes, you're young, but like, again, you have us as resources, the people in San Antonio, guys like Trey Jones and, Alize Johnson, who's been through the journey. So, man, lean on those guys. And then, Jay, again, I'm very proud of you, happy of the man you're growing into and becoming. It's a really special year. And, God willing, I'm on the roster for the first game to be in Detroit. Hopefully do a little jersey swap, a pick, and like really make this thing full circle. Because we did that at Summer League. Hopefully we do that in preseason. Like, this is huge for ourselves, for our families, our future families, as well as the community.
Future 574, for real. Right. Like like just all four of us. Like, we all had a goal to make the NBA, obviously, and we didn't stop at all. Like, we just each day just kept working towards that goal, and we made it happen. And now, I'm just gonna say it, like we got to inspire the youngins now. Like, we got to inspire everybody else. From the 574 that's trying to make it out and make way for their family and try to make the NBA. And like I said, we just got to keep being that voice and like doing this. Like, a lot of kids can look at this and just have total inspiration from it and just grow from it.
That's what it's about.
Facts. Right. I want to bring this up. I never mentioned this to B West or Jay. So when y'all was going through y'all draft process, the scouts is calling people, the NBA scouts for the teams and stuff like that. And they was asking a bunch of questions about, y'all personalities. And I was just trying to give what I knew. I didn't try to step out of my lane or nothing like that. But one of the questions they asked me, they said something along the lines, fill in the blank. Jaden Ivey, the reason Jaden Ivey will fail is because, like, they were saying, what is that thing? What is that thing that will keep you from reaching your full potential? They said the same thing for both of y'all. And I had the same piece of advice. Like, I don't believe in like talking like in that sort of frame. So I tried to filter it in the way I would speak. And so I want to mention this again. I said it before, finding, like, slowing down, right? Like, not moving too fast, not getting ahead of yourself, not like rushing your process. Like, y'all may be playing the best basketball, right? The goal is to be playing your best basketball as a team by the end of the season. That's the goal. So literally the coaches, they want you to play well, but their goal is to be playing championship basketball at the end of the season. So just like that team mentality, y'all individual goal should just be to get better every single day. Like, every single day, just get 1% better. Shit, if you can get 2, get it. But just get a little bit better every single day and see where that takes you. Because I guarantee, with the way you work, B West, and the way you work, Jay, and the guidance y'all have and the people y'all have around y'all, just doing the right things every single day, y'all gonna end up, at the top. So don't move too fast. Don't let a bad day, don't let an off-shooting day, don't let, I don't know, somebody in your ear, don't let no Twitter fans, don't let nothing make you, don't let a bad day keep you from trying to get that 1% out of it. You know what I'm saying? There's always a lesson to be learned. B West, there may be a game you may not shoot well. There's still a lesson to learn. There's still work to put in. Jay, I don't know, it may be any sort of situation. There's still lessons to be learned. It's still 1% better you can get out of that day.
You learn the most from your failures.
Yep.
You learn the most from your failures.
I would say stay patient. Don't move too fast. Keep a good head on y'all shoulders. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Go to coaches, go to teammates, get y'all OG on the team, make good decisions. That's right. And 1% every day. Don't move too fast.
Asking a lot of questions. You're asking a lot of questions because it's hard.
I had a teammate my second year. He said, bro, you got to slow down. You moving too fast, bro. He said it. You playing and you moving like you holding a turbo button on 2K. That's what he said to me. He said that, and that was real. I'm like, damn, I do need to slow down. Like, that clicked. I'm like, bro, I need to slow down mentally, physically, on all aspects. So
let me explain that feeling to everyone who's listening and watching, if they're still listening and watching by minute 55. This is a real thing. It's like you busting your ass in high school gyms, lonely nights by yourself, chasing rebounds, having, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the grind. And the grind is to get into this door and to just have the opportunity. Whether you succeed or the quote unquote failure by society, like you are doing something that nobody does. And you're in an NBA gym. Like tomorrow we're gonna wake up and D, you've been in multiple organizations, but you know, Jaden's gonna be wearing that Pistons, you know, Blake's gonna be wearing that Spurs. I got to pick up tomorrow, I'm wearing that Magic. And it's like you walk through those doors and you're like, I'm living my dream. But for guys like D, myself, who, you know, experienced G League and you're trying to make it back, it's like I gotta be perfect. And I can't take plays off. So I gotta be full time. 94, we're picking up 95. Like, you know, we're sniffing the ball out of bounds and I'm running off screens, shooting shots that really aren't my shots. Like, slow the fuck down. Enjoy this moment. Understand that all that work before this has led you to be here. You're here for a reason. Just do what you do. You know what I'm saying? You have to be outside of yourself. And so that's really my biggest advice to both of you. You both have crazy athleticism, crazy skill, but to find that special kind of balance between that burst and then, man, I belong here. This is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm working, and that's really the balance. But that's that feeling, because I've done it for really my whole career too. And I'm just now finding that balance between bringing the ball up, doing a blast action, being patient, and then going. And once you can change those speeds mentally, physically, your game transcends.
Yeah. It's like that balance between y'all potential, because we both know everybody, like y'all three on here, y'all potential, y'all all have very high potentials, right? And y'all set y'all goal, like your goal is to reach that full potential. So it's like the balance between that full potential and also like remembering who you are right now. And like there's a reason y'all were drafted. There was a reason you was 5. There's a reason you was 25. There's a reason you on an NBA contract right now. You know what I'm saying? So don't forget that. You know what I'm saying? Like the potential, that's what you're working towards. But don't forget, shit, you are who you are right now. And y'all are really good basketball players, professionals,
and I
pros.
think one thing is just not forgetting, you know, how you got here. And I feel like it's just like when you get to the NBA, you get to that point, I feel like some people just have that stigma like, oh, I'm here. Like, you know, I can settle down. Like, no, like if you're here, you have to like increasingly get better. And if you're not, you'll be out the league. Like, it's just that simple. And I actually got an opportunity to work with Russell Westbrook. And the thing was, he just said, you know, just stay consistent with everything. Like on the days you don't feel like, on the days you sore, you don't feel like getting out, you know, working out, and like the days you don't want to lift or, you know, put extra shots up, those are the days you really need them. And I mean, I took that to heart, especially coming from him. I feel like we both have similar games, and like, both fast, you know, both very athletic, and just hearing that from him, it really just, you know, opened my eyes. And like I said, I just love to just hear from like people like that, like Russell Westbrook. Like he dropped that knowledge on me, and that's definitely something that stuck with me, and that's gonna just help me a long way.
No, for real. But this right here, this is a brotherhood. Like we got our crew. We know each other's families. You know what I'm saying? Like we grew up. We know like the ins and outs, but we're all a part of a much bigger brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? We don the NBA jersey. You're part of that organization. Like everybody here is family. When he steps on that court, it's not all, you know, friendly, you know, this, that, and the third. But off of it during the off season, I mean, just like from a mutual respect type thing, like everybody has that for each other. We want to see each other get better. At the same time, we're all trying to win ones. We're all trying to win a championship. So between those lines, that's war. But really to kind of sum up a little bit, and we can keep going, you know, if guys just really want to, you know, talk, chop it up. But I want to do each podcast with every guest that I bring on is to, in their own words, define what run your own race means to them and how they would define it in their own lives. Obviously, D, you already, you know what I'm saying, did your part. So Blake, I want to, you know, shoot it over to you. When you hear run your own race, what does that mean? And how would you say you're running your own race?
What I believe run your own race means like, just like the draft. I mean, Jaden was top 5 pick and I was 25. I mean, everybody's different. Everybody's different. I mean, I even posted on my Snapchat story about before, I think after the draft, like everybody has a different race. Don't like run your own race. Like be different. Like don't try to be like, and I'm not trying to be like Jaden. Jaden not trying to be like me. He's trying to be his own self. I mean, we learn from each other, but I mean, we in different positions. So I mean, congrats to him. And yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Just to piggyback off what he said, I mean, it's just simple. It's like, you know, I just got drafted 5. Blake got drafted 25. You know, D, you were second round. And, you know, Devin, you're undrafted. Like, everybody's got their own race, but I feel like, you know, everybody ran their own race, and, you know, now, you know, everybody's in a different position, but, you know, the steps that you took to get there were very important. And I feel like, you know, everybody shines and their own race and their own steps. I feel like it's just important. And like I said, I feel like everybody in this call like knows what it took to, you know, get to that point in your careers. And I mean, that's really all I can really say. Yeah.
I feel like it's something that may have go under the radar. Like I remember at Marian, it was after maybe I left 2015. And I think, Jay, you came in that next year. You were a freshman after I graduated. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. Did you play some JV games your freshman year? I may be wrong. Did you not?
I played JV, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like, we talk about running your own race. You were top 5 pick. You're telling me you played JV games. Like circle back to it real quick and like talk us through like what was your mindset as a freshman on JV? 5 years later, 6 years later, you're number 5 pick in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Because there's probably kids watching this who have tryouts in a month and who may not be on varsity. They may not even make their JV team. How do you stay focused? Did you have a goal in mind? Did you speak? We talk about manifestations. We all manifested what we think and what we believe in our heart, what will happen. Like, talk through that, because as a 14, 15-year-old not making varsity, when you clearly have dreams to be in the NBA, like, you've ran your own race. Like, talk through that a little bit.
Yeah. That's a story that a lot of people really don't know. My freshman year of high school, I didn't see varsity time till like towards the end of the year, like playoffs. And I played JV. I played a lot of JV games. And like you said, just running your own race. Like, I didn't let that factor, you know, my career. Like, I could have given up after that. Like, I wanted to play varsity. Everybody has dreams and aspirations to play at the highest level, and, you know, they want to play. Everybody wants to play varsity, but it takes steps to get there. And like running your own race, meaning, I mean, you just like whatever you have to do, and however you do it, however long it takes you to do it, or however long, if it takes you 5 years, like to get to the NBA, or if it takes you 2 years, if it takes you 1 year, like Blake, like running a race, that it just means, you know, you stick with it and you got there. But I mean, however you got to do it, it's how you got to do it. And like I said, I didn't let that JV, you know, factor into me, you know, just giving up or, you know, not settling, you know, for the best. And I'm just gonna say, like, I continue to work hard. Like I continue to push harder, even when, you know, circumstances weren't going my way. And I just stuck with it. And like I said, everybody can like implement that into their mind. Like when they go through certain like failures, or, you know, they have, you know, setbacks that they don't want. And, you know, you just got to stick with it. I feel like that's the biggest thing. And everybody in this call stuck with it. Like they had certain failures that, you know, they weren't proud of, or, you know, they wish that never happened. But in reality, it happened, and it made you a better person. It made you into who you are today. And that's really just, it's a blessing in itself, for real. Like, I feel like people just don't have that in their mind. Like, they just think failure is like, I'll never get over it. But I mean, you know, with God and your family and just the mindset that you have for yourself, the right people, like everybody's had people in their lives that have impacted them and helped them get to where they are today. So it's big time.
Yep.
Sure.
Oh man, it's big time. This has been special, y'all. This has been real special. Yeah. I think there's a lot to take away from this call. If you're listening, if you're watching, we've had 4 special guests, obviously, Demetrius, Jaden, Blake, who've done special things, who I know will continue to do special things. I'm blessed to know each and every one of them. Blessed to be a part of this brotherhood. Jaden called it the Core 4. I think we may have to trademark that. The Core 4 right here. But we wouldn't be here without the people who came before us. So shout out to everyone that we mentioned, said, B Knight, Niel, everybody on this call, Mama J, my whole family, everybody on this. I'm excited to see where the next steps take you. And as we talked about running your own race, it may not be picture perfect moving forward. There's going to be ups and downs. But my idea of getting on this call was when things aren't going great, pick up the phone, man. Call your brother, check in. We're all here. We're going to compete with each other. We're going to make each other grow into better men. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. This has been a special episode.
I'm going to see y'all boys at the top, man. I'm going to see y'all boys at the top.
Too, bro.